Does that ending imply what I think it implies? Yeah, that ending of Uncle from Another World, episode 4. Does that did what happened? Think I happened? I don't. The elf was definitely excited, and we don't know what happened to Oji-san after that. She knocked him out, and then memories was wiped after that point. So I don't know if she did something to him or if she just did something to herself. But I will say, episode 4, and this is unfortunate because episode 5, we have like a 2-week delay, by the way, for those that are not aware, which really sucks because, as always, Uncle from Another World, every episode keeps getting better. But I think the funniest thing that I got from this episode is realizing that, besides getting some really great moments with the elf, realizing at this point Takafumi is just as bad as his uncle. Like uncle, like nephew. Takafumi. Oh gosh. Because it's sad because Fujimiya is getting super forward at this point. Like Fujimiya is tired of, I guess, waiting around. She's embarrassed about her past. She really badly wants Takafumi. It seems like she's always liked Takafumi. And despite the fact that she's changed her appearance over time, it seems like she shows some images of middle school and she went the more attractive route. And now that she has a shot at Takafumi again, it seems like she's going all out, despite the fact of being embarrassed by situations. And Takafumi is just doing exactly what Uncle does. Like, she sends him a picture. Well, I'll be honest. Okay, the first kind of forwardness is after seeing all this terrible imagery of the past. Fujimiya shows images of when they were middle school, looking a lot better. And then just in order to, I guess, get Takafumi's attention, she sends him a gift through SNS of her in middle school in an attractive bathing suit. And so his immediate response isn't, hey, that looks good, but it's technically when you're middle school or something like that. She literally asks Siri, how do I get something off of social media? It makes sense. I mean, because technically, her in middle school bikini it's going to look bad if somebody finds that he has that. So he wants to get rid of it, but it's like, be a little bit cleaner about it. Don't it was so bad. And then, yes, later on, having this whole situation where Fujimiya has to take a shower. They uses their bath. And then Takafumi comes home, and she's in nothing but his t-shirt. And he's embarrassed, but it's like he understands the situation. And he's obviously trying to fight, finding her attractive or saying anything that would break their friendship. It seems like his mind is stuck in friendship, and he doesn't want to push beyond that boundary. So he's like, yes, I acknowledge that you are attractive, but he doesn't want to break that. And then at the same time, he's being considerate of her feelings by saying, look, I probably shouldn't have seen that. And typically with most females, they would probably want you to erase it from your mind. Like, you've seen something you weren't supposed to see. So it's like he starts crying because he's happy that she understands that his feelings, but then calls for Uncle to wipe his memories because he's trying to be considerate of her. But again, just like the uncle, you're terrible at being considerate. Like, you're just ruining the situation. That was great. And then to have Fujimiya like literally saying, "Don't erase it. I will do it again if you erase it." It's like you obviously see that she was super happy that he was that responsive of it and does not want it to go away. But it was, all that stuff with Takafumi was hilarious, but at the same time, it's just like Uncle. It's super frustrating. But I did like the fact that they got into talking about different gifts. And we did have another reference to something Sega related, which was the Game Gear TV tuner. My gosh, I still remember when that was advertised in magazines, and it was like the stupidest. Even then, it was like the stupidest idea. Like, yeah, technically there was a little bit of an oddity to that existence, but the Game Gear was just so terrible to begin with. Like, this thing ate batteries. We had one, and it just ate batteries. Like, it was, 8 AA batteries that had to stick in the back of that thing? Like, both sides had to have, like, all these batteries, and it sucked them dry. And then to put a TV tuner on top of that thing just to watch TV on this little small screen, it was just, none of it made any sense. But yeah, that was kind of funny, him offering the idea of giving him a Game Gear instead of money, which, yeah. So this turns into a discussion about drinking, and then we get to see, Uncle's first time drinking in the other world, which was just absolutely nuts because, yes, the elf shows up and he's acting completely different. It seems like when he's under the influence, he acts completely different. And this gets in this really cute little discussion between the elf, which she looked absolutely gorgeous, by the way. I absolutely love her character design. The outfit was just so good. But it gets into this whole dorky discussion because she's trying to figure out why he's so powerful. He erected this big barrier, and it gets into talking about like their first meeting where he basically killed this venom dragon. He brushes it off by the fact that he's taken down a blaze dragon, and it's just, this is completely dumbfounding her. But it eventually gets to the point where he's like, you know, why was it a bad thing to take down the venom dragon? I wanted to protect you. Wouldn't that be a good thing? I mean, the Ice Queen was perfectly fine with me taking down the fire dragon. She thanked me. She thought that I was great for doing it. But it was really cool because it does technically have a really cool message in here, despite all this, you know, shenanigans and comedy, is this idea of pinch as a chance. Like this idea that you have this one opportunity, try it. Like he says to the elf, the only reason that you fail is because you never try to begin with. Like it's that concept. And it, but as cool of a message it ends up turning into, oh yeah, that's something from a Puyo Puyo strategy guide. I almost want to look it up, see if I can find a Puyo Puyo strategy guide, but it was probably in Japanese and it would be hard to find, but I'm pretty sure that's probably in there somewhere, talking about the idea of there being so, like, even if half your screen you can't see anything, you still have a chance. And yes, it's when he offers to take her back to his place again, but super cute. Like, the elf was super cute this whole time, like, constantly being hesitant, being embarrassed, but at the same time accepting it because she does actually like him, and it was just really cute. Every little squeak that she had was absolutely adorable, but we all knew where this was going. Like, I knew the moment that he was saying go back to his place, I assumed that it was going to be something where he had, like, he made a game in that world that is a game from Japan, and he wanted to play that game with her. Or at the same time, yeah, the second option, which ended up being it, is that he just wanted somebody to help him back to his place because he can't walk. and it cuts because it's like, oh, what, did I go to sleep? And they're like really mad because he just came back from playing Sega Saturn. And they're like, okay, well, let me fast forward. I thought I was going to fast forward and have the elf just standing outside the door the entire night. But no, it just cuts to her the next day being angry at him and being tsundere, and they're like, oh, well, she's a very resilient girl. Zoom in, and you can see, like, the puffiness of her eye. It's, like, so bad. That was so bad. But no, the ending, like I said, this whole scene about poison and how apparently the elf got poisoned by something and he sucked the poison out and she's getting all huffy puffy. And I thought it was just going to be that thing. Like, that was it. No. The venom had an aphrodisiac inside of it, so Elf was getting all puffy. And eventually, like, she reaches up and just knees him right in the face. Oh, that was so good. But like I said, it's like it implies that she takes her crown off to put it on him to, like, stop his memory or whatever. And it's like, but I want to know what happened next. Like, I might go check out the manga. I doubt the manga has anything additional, but it's like, I don't want to know if she did something to him, because again, she was very huffy puffy and she does like him. But I'm not sure what else she could do in the fact that he's unconscious, but I know something might work. But yeah, anyway, such a good series. Absolutely love it to death. Like I said, the very unfortunate thing is that they apparently have an outbreak happening at the studio, so they have to delay a week. So that's the unfortunate thing. We're going to have a little bit of a wait before episode 5, and it really sucks because every episode, I love this show. So anyways, that's my thoughts on episode 4. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. As always, if you did, make sure to hit that like button down below. Comment, let me know what you thought of the episode. Do you think the elf did something to the uncle, or do you think she just kind of helped herself, I guess, is the best way to put it. We'll keep it YouTube friendly. Additionally, if you're not already, make sure to hit that subscribe button so you get all my content. I do news, reviews, first impressions, episode by episode impressions of certain shows. If it's anime, it's pretty much here. Additionally, if you want to support the channel more, I greatly appreciate if you consider supporting us on Patreon, our tips link, or the super thanks button down below. Definitely appreciate everybody that does, and y'all take care.